I was just at the right place at the right time.
A scary accident for a 2-year-old who falls from a 3-story roof. A nearby neighbor comes to the rescue. A new bike for Bramo Motorsports means local jobs up for grabs. And a double homicide investigation underway in Northern California. News 10 at 6 begins now.
You're watching News 10, where your local news begins now. Your connection in Southern Oregon and Northern California. This is News 10 at 6.
Good evening, I'm Rick Tiller.
I'm Trish Close. Thanks for joining us tonight. A 2-year-old falls from the roof of a 3-story building.
That boy is safe tonight thanks to a neighbor's quick thinking. News 10's Crystal Henderson has more in tonight's top story at 6.
Neighbors still can't believe their eyes.
You can't believe something like that. What are the odds of a kid, just hanging off the roof?
Laurel Schmitz watched it all unfold from her window.
Oh, my heart stopped.
A 3-story fall into this woman's arms.
I just went under the boy and I said, "It's okay, baby, I'm right here, I'll catch you if you fall." He fell without warning. He just fell and I caught him and I dropped like that.
Kristen Beach was outside her apartment when she heard the child screaming and saw the 2-year-old boy dangling from this ledge.
I couldn't believe my eyes, but there was no time to think. I just ran. From there to here, it took forever in my mind. Because I was thinking, I'm going to watch him fall right now, running to get him. And then what? I'd be too late.
Call it perfect timing or a mother's instinct.
When I saw that boy, I saw my boy. Because, he was wearing the same shirt that my son has, a red and dark red striped shirt. And it was just instinct. There was no time to think.
Medford police say it was quite a catch.
You would think that the child would have sustained some type of injury, but it turns out it didn't. Looks like the witness actually caught the child on her own and was a great catch.
The child taken to the hospital to get checked out. His mother arrested.
We asked her, well, where's your younger child? And she said, well, it's around here somewhere. And we said, well, we know where he's at. He's with us, and he had actually fallen off the roof.
Amelia Smith is facing several charges, including child neglect. Medford police say this wasn't the first time they've been called because the child was on the roof.
This is actually the second time this has happened. Hopefully they'll now get the message that it's just not a healthy environment for children to be playing on the roof.
Now neighbors are calling Beach a hero, but she says what she did is just what anyone else would have done if they were in her shoes.
I'm so glad I was here.
Covering your news in Medford, Crystal Henderson, News 10.
DHS has placed the child and his sibling with a family member. The case is now in the hands of the district attorney. What are your thoughts on this story? For News 10 on Facebook and leave us a comment.
New state laws now in effect in Oregon, too, dealing with schools. One law requires schools to reveal to parents how prepared the buildings are for earthquakes. Another makes it mandatory for school employees to report bullying and cyberbullying. Medford School District says it's already in compliance on both laws. However, the latest seismic ratings are outdated. They were published before a recent bond helped the district update its buildings.
We actually are very fortunate that the bond did go through with the community of Medford, and actually we were able to address these issues and concerns. So it was, at this point right now, we do have safe schools.
The Oregon Department of Geology and Mineral Industries posts schools' seismic ratings on its website. You can find a link at ktvl.com.
Bramo Motorsports is adding a new motorcycle to its product line. That means more jobs are also up for grabs. The new impulse and new battery technology were developed by Bramo, and it means more than a dozen job openings need to be filled by the end of the year. Right now, employees are working on multiple shifts to keep up with the company's fast growth. Bramo is looking to hire production workers as well as electric and mechanical engineers.
We're continuing to grow, so we're always looking, kind of for talented people as we scale up. So we've got a few more announcements coming up in the next, probably over the next month that'll shed more light on that.
Bramo is currently looking into expanding into more buildings in the Rogue Valley.
An update to a story News 10 is following. Hundreds of local shoes now on the feet of needy families in Mali, Africa. News 10 first told you about Kevin Downing's mission in April. Downing just got back from Mali, handing out suitcases full of shoes. Those shoes were donated from the community of Wairika. Jackson Street School collected most of the footwear. Downing is a geologist and makes frequent trips to Mali. He says he still has more shoes to bring next time. A cigarette, the suspected cause of a fire in Rogue River last night, destroyed an RV along Old Stage Road.
Initially, there was a gentleman in the RV, said he was clearing out some ashes that he was smoking, put them in a plastic bag, was attempting to get the bag out of the RV, and was filled up with smoke, and he went ahead and left it in the RV and exited the RV.
Firefighters were able to get the flames under control soon after arriving. No one was hurt.
Meanwhile, no official cause yet for that wildfire burning near Fort Jones, but investigators say an escaped reburn could have started it. The Oak Hill wildfire started Thursday, burning 192 acres. It is now 100% contained.
Clear skies today and warm temperatures expected throughout the week.
News 10 meteorologist Kevin Laws is here with a quick look at your weather.
That's right, Rick, Trish. Lots of sunshine headed our way over the next several days. Tonight, a little bit of cloud cover along the coastline, maybe even a patch of drizzle here and there, but pretty quiet weather throughout the week, through the weekend, and beyond. Take a look at the weather computer. High pressure redeveloping over the region as we speak. As a result, we're going to see lots of sunshine and warm daytime highs for the next several days. Here's the tail end of that front sweeping into the region as we speak. But again, this isn't going to amount to much. Bring us a little cloud cover along the coast into the inland valleys late tonight, but it'll burn off quickly tomorrow morning, and we'll see lots of sunshine. Currently 84 degrees at Medford's Airport, 79 in Klamath Falls, and 85 in Wairika. Tonight, clear skies everywhere except at the coast, as we mentioned. A little bit of a patchy drizzle here and there along the coast, primarily to the north. Tomorrow, a few clouds in the morning, then lots of sunshine, and warm daytime highs should last for several days, as we mentioned. We'll talk more about the details in a few minutes, but brace yourself, summer is here.
Thanks, Kevin. For updates on your weather, just head to our website, ktvl.com.
A Josephine County teen has died after falling on the rocks along the Rogue River. It happened this morning near the Hellgate Viewpoint in Josephine County. The sheriff's office says Garth Hall and a friend were fishing. They were about to leave when they realized they had left their keys below. Hall slipped and fell on his way down to get the keys. He was pronounced dead at the scene. There's new information tonight in the Fort Jones double murder investigation. The suspect, Earl Stanfield, is set to be arraigned tomorrow afternoon. Stanfield is accused of shooting and killing two men at a birthday party near Fort Jones. Investigators went back to the scene this morning to process more evidence.
Stanfield allegedly got involved in an altercation with some of the participants. He allegedly was beaten. He left the scene, and about 45 minutes later he returned.
Siskiyou County Sheriff's deputies say that's when Stanfield opened fire right outside of his white pickup truck. Sheriff's Office investigators say violent crimes are on the rise in Siskiyou County. Medford police need your help to find some of the area's most wanted. Trish is in the news center with more. Trish.
Thanks, Rick. I'm here with Lieutenant Mike Boudreau with the Medford Police Department. Thanks for being here with me tonight. Now, we are looking at 3 suspects in our area that are on a most wanted list, or just a wanted list, basically. Let's go ahead and get to the first one, Justin Daly.
Yeah, Justin Carl Daly, 29 years old. He has various warrants for failure to appear on, well, a bunch of charges. Identity theft, breaking into cars, and theft ones. All kind of began with, well, a lot of cases, such as him breaking into the Oz Fitness. Actually didn't break in, he went into Oz Fitness and he stole some car keys, went out to a car, stole a laptop, and he also broke into some cars in front of Fred Meyer's and stole a debit card and went into Fred Meyer's and tried to use that. So that's just kind of a snapshot of some of the cases that he's wanted for.
Okay, and our next suspect that you guys are looking for, Mercedes Facey.
Yeah, Mercedes Facey, she's a 23-year-old female. She's actually been wanted since February of last year.
Wow.
And she has warrants for a robbery in the 3rd degree and possession of meth, which stems from a case in which she was committing a shoplift, and when security tried to stop her, she actually fought and bit the security guard. So she needs to be held accountable for those charges.
Okay, and our third suspect tonight, John Galaviz. We've I know profiled him before on News 10.
He is one of our frequent flyers. He's been arrested numerous times, and he is on probation for just a string of charges that he's accrued over his lifetime. So he's on probation. He absconded from his probation, and we're looking for him. He also has a warrant for assault too, so he's got plenty.
Okay, and these suspects, when we're profiling these suspects, you guys consider them dangerous at any given time, armed and dangerous, or just dangerous in general?
Yeah, absolutely. I would definitely say that they're dangerous. They've all of them are convicted criminals. Right. And they all have felony warrants, so it's best not to approach them and just let us do that.
All right, Lieutenant Boudreau, thank you. And he's going to stick around because coming up later in the newscast, we're going to look at some of the fugitives we've already featured on the show last month, and they're now back in jail. Rick?
Thanks, Trish. Across the West Side, a standoff between a Portland man and police after they say he cut a 10-year-old in a bathroom. That man is now in police custody. Ken Body has that story.
Police responded to reports of an assault inside the bathroom of this Wendy's restaurant. It turns out a man had cut a 10-year-old boy with a knife, and that man was still in the restroom. Officers arrived, and employees of the fast food restaurant flagged them down. The little boy managed to escape.
Officers rushed in. 2 citizens were holding the door shut in the bathroom, and they evacuated everybody else out. At that point, the officers heard from the suspect that he had a gun.
Police backed out as crisis negotiators and the tactical operations team surrounded the building, and Sandy Boulevard between 28th and 31st was blocked off to all traffic. After a tense, nearly 2 hours of negotiations, the suspect agreed to come out peacefully. He was taken into custody, and a knife was recovered.
You know, ultimately, it worked the way we'd like it to. We negotiated with him. He came out and surrendered to police without incident, and now we can shift the case over to the investigators.
Police say the boy was taken to a local hospital. He is expected to make a full recovery.
Homeowner protection package approved by California lawmakers. Legislation requires large lenders to provide a single point of contact for homeowners who want to discuss loan modifications. It also stops lenders from foreclosing on homes while owners look for alternatives. California is the first state to write the bank settlement into law. Seattle, Washington putting a ban on plastic bags. The law went into effect yesterday. Seattle City Council approved the ban on single-use plastic bags in December. Even though the ban is in effect, stores can use up their existing supply.
Still to come on News 10 at 6, a look at some of Medford's most wanted and how you can help put them behind bars.
Plus, fugitives off the streets after showing up on News 10's On the Beat. But first, Kevin has your weather. You're watching News 10 at 6.
Your connection. This is News 10 at 6 with Trish Close, Rick Tillery, and your weather with Kevin Lawless.